AITA for telling my husband and his family not to call me a nickname? So my name is Lucy, 28F. My husband, 31 meters, has always been super fond of nicknames and has given me plenty of them. They constantly change and I have never minded any of the ones he's given me before. They're all quite harmless, usually food or animal related, but they tend to stick for a while. His family also uses nicknames. They occasionally give me one, too. It's often the same one my husband uses if it isn't too sappy. Again, I don't mind them. In fact, I usually find it quite cute and endearing. Until recently, my husband started calling me Lulu. Let me give you the context. I was called Lulu growing up exclusively by my mother, and she's passed away not long before I met my husband. I took her loss pretty hard. I told him that it has a lot of emotional significance for me, and that it doesn't feel right to hear anyone else say it. He respected that for years, and so did his family. But recently his sister has been referring to me as Lulu whenever I wasn't there, according to what I've been told, and I guess he naturally picked up on it. It's irritating because it's not like he forgot about my reasons behind it. He'll hesitate before saying it, like he's trying to see how I'll react. I've reminded him calmly a couple times that I would appreciate he not call me that. There's plenty of other things I didn't mind him calling me. Nothing that had emotional weight. The other day he said that he didn't see the big deal anymore. It had been some years and I should be over it by now. That it's just a nickname. He said it lightly, like he was trying to let me down easy. But it stung. Maybe I overreacted, but I was hurt by it. I packed a bag and I'm currently staying with my sister. He and his family texted saying I'm doing a lot over a little nickname. And I'm thinking maybe they're right. I want to get past this because it feels petty at this point. AITA? It's not the nickname. It's the disrespect. NTA. Calling it an overreaction is exactly the same as the "can't you take a joke?" defense, which is always lame. NTA. If nicknames aren't a big deal, then why can't he let this nickname drop? Why do he and his family have to keep the one nickname that causes you pain? Why isn't that a big deal? You are the person who gets to decide when you're over your mother's death, not him. NTA people need to call you the name you choose. Telling you to get over your mother's death is toxic behavior. Does he treat you like this with other things? NTA. It carries a sentiment, and it's understandable that you want to hold on to that. But, regardless of your reasoning, a simple no should be enough. I don't understand why so many people disrespect simple requests this way. Woman facepalming. NTA. It's not a big deal to him. It is to you. Tell him that. Your mother will always remain your mother, no matter how much time has passed. It doesn't matter if you're 9 or 90. Lulu will always be her special name for you, and no one has the right to tell you it's no big deal. The other day he said that he didn't see the big deal anymore. He doesn't get to decide that for you. NTA. NTA. They could just stop calling you the nickname. It's not hard. Or at this point, are they doing it on purpose? NTA. It's not just over the nickname. It's that you communicated that out of all the ones he'd picked, his family had done. This one was in the no-fly zone and they all opted to dig their heels in and double down and call you Lulu. Then demand you get over it because it's been enough time. Whether your mother passed a year ago or 20, it's up to you how long you want to grieve and how you manage not having her. He knows exactly why you're not okay with it and he's minimizing it. Him and his family saying you're overreacting and being upset over a nickname are missing the bigger picture. It's a memory that you don't want to be painfully reminded of because you're not ready for it. And if he loved you, He'd be horrified that he was causing you emotional distress. Tell him that, and then ask him why of all the names you've let pass and go, this is the one he wants to be a buttface over. NTA. You set a clear and reasonable boundary. He has chosen to disregard your boundary and denigrate your ongoing grief over your mother. He chose the actions. You're choosing the consequences. Is your reaction extreme? Maybe. But if this is the hill you're choosing to die on, stand firm. I bet his family remembers your boundary on this issue going forward. NTA. You get to choose what name you want to be called by. End of story. People who knowingly refuse to call you by the name you choose are failing to show the most basic level of respect one person should show another. If it's no big deal, then it's no big deal for them to call you by the right name. They don't get to choose your name for you. The reason is irrelevant. Your feelings are enough. And clearly they feel they're right to call you whatever is more important than how you feel. And that's messed up. NTA. If it was not big thing, why is he even fighting over it? Why is it important to him to have the right to call you Lulu? Why can't he let go? NTA. You ask not to be called something with a totally valid reason and have been ignored. I'm so sorry for your loss. NTA. Him and his family are doing a lot over a nickname. Why do they need to use it? Ask him why your feelings don't matter to him. The nickname means nothing to him or his family, so what is actually happening here? Don't let up. It's petty they haven't just stopped using it. Why do they need to hurt you? Husband. I'm going to try out numerous names until I find out the one that hurts you. Then I will insist on using it. Also husband. What's the big deal? I only went out of my way to figure out how to hurt you. NTA. My mother is also deceased and I loved her very much too. If I had an association like this that someone was intentionally ignoring, I would pack a bag and leave the space too. These can be very big feelings. Also, what does it hurt them to use other nicknames? What earthly reason could they have for ignoring your preference? Other than some weird power play, sadism? I'm so sorry this is being done by people you normally trust. Edit. Also, you should be over it. Complete asshole comment. You are never over the death of a parent or child. Your life goes on. Your mourning changes and gets much less intense. You're fine. But you're not over a loss like that. Such a disrespectful way to talk about a major loss. People can be happy and functional and fine, and they still don't have to be over a major loss. The person lost is still a major part of their life. NTA. If they need a nickname for you, and there are better options, they can use one you are okay with. He knows it hurts you and doesn't care. It costs $0 to be kind. NTA. It isn't about the nickname. It's about respecting your wishes. Why keep pushing it when it's so much easier to just call you what you want to be called? Seems to me your husband and his family are the assholes here. NTA. Even if your mother hadn't passed away, someone should respect the name. You've told them they can't use for you. It's basic decency. NTA. Maybe the reaction was a little big, but you made your boundary clear and it was disrespected. It's not a joke if it's not funny. Then his family proceeds to diminish your feelings over it. It's not just a little nickname to you, and you shouldn't let them gaslight you into believing it's okay just because they would rather react defensively instead of apologizing and choosing not using it. It doesn't matter why something is a big deal to someone. It matters that it is. We used to have that as a sign in our office working with people with autism to remind them to empathize. Do your husband and his family need some social skill lessons? Totally NTA. Hold your boundaries, no matter how insignificant others may find them.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.